Hey fourth graders, welcome to Unit 11, Lesson 3. Today we'll be learning how to compare decimals up to the hundredths place. So here we have some monetary amounts. So 5 cents, 30 cents, 86 cents, 8 cents, 75 cents, 62 cents. So when we go and compare decimals, the first thing we want to check for is there a whole number? If there is not a whole number, then we look right next door to the decimal. If that number is larger than the other, so let's say we were comparing 86 cents to 8 cents. I look right next door at the decimal, and I have an 8 here, so that's 8 dimes, and a 0 here, which means 0 dimes. Right away, I know that 86 cents is bigger than only 8 cents, obviously. So let's say then I was comparing 75 cents to 62 cents, a little bit closer. First thing I check for, there's no whole number. So then I look right next door to the decimal, the dimes, the tenths place. 7 dimes here, only 6 here, which means that 75 cents is greater. Now, let's say it's in word form like this, 5 cents compared to 30 cents. Well, obviously you know that 30 cents is 3 dimes, whereas 5 cents is only a nickel or 5 pennies. 30 cents is automatically greater. Now let's try a little bit more. In these situations below, each person is traveling the same distance. Write a decimal number to represent the distance each person has traveled. So they'll be traveling part of that distance. So Aki has traveled 3/10 of the distance, and Stephen has traveled 5/10 of the distance. So 3/10 can be written as both a fraction and as a decimal. So when I write that decimal, remember I put the decimal point right above the 1, fill in the 3. So Aki has traveled 0.3, and Stephen has traveled, it says 5/10, which is equivalent to the decimal. So let's get my 10 ready. Decimal point above the 1, fill in the 5. So that's equivalent to the decimal 0.5. Now, if we look at who traveled more, there's no whole numbers involved, so those match. But then right next door, a 3 versus a 5. 5 is bigger, so that means Stephen has traveled more. Jose has traveled 25 hundredths of the distance, and Lakeisha has traveled 18 hundredths of the distance. All right, so let's do Jose's first. 25 hundredths. That is equal to the decimal 0.25. Perfect, it falls right into place. So he's traveled 0.25 or 25 hundredths. And Lakeisha has traveled 18 hundredths. Okay, which is equivalent to the decimal. Get my cheat sheet ready here. 0.18. Perfect. All right, so now let's compare these numbers. Who has traveled further? Well, both 0 point matches up, but then I have a 2 versus a 1. That 2 wins right away, so Jose so far has traveled further. Then, number 3. Yasir traveled 7/10 of the distance, and Danielle has traveled 59 hundredths of the distance. Okay, so let's take a look first at Yasir. 7/10 is equivalent to the decimal 0.7. So far we have Yasir's. Let's take a look at Danielle's. She did 59 hundredths, which would be equivalent to the decimal 0.59. Okay, now when I compare these numbers, we're looking at right next door to the decimal. So I have a 7 versus a 5. Now, even though this one next door doesn't have a number, this one is automatically bigger. I could add a 0 onto the end of this to make the number 70, which doesn't change the value of this 7/10, because 70 hundredths is equivalent. 70 is bigger than 59, so right away we knew that 7 being larger than the 5, Yasir is greater, or has traveled further. Ooh, get my sign a little better. On this page, we'll be using those less than, greater than, or equal signs to compare these decimal numbers. Now remember that we're using tenths and hundredths place. Tenths comes right after the decimal and can look like 10 cents here, but it can also be equivalent to 0.1 without the zero after. Those are still equal. Adding a zero after the numbers in a decimal does not change its value. It stays the same. So a penny is what we use to represent the hundredths place, or 1 cent, which is equivalent to, without the dollar sign, 1/100th, or 1 penny out of 100. So remember, when we're comparing decimals, look first to see if there's a whole number, which there is not. It's a 0 and 0. And then compare. Is a 4 greater than 7? Nope. 7/10 is bigger. So you would read that as 4/10 is less than 7/10. On the next one, they're trying to trick you. So right away, we match up, match up, match up, because 0.1. And then they add a 0 here. But does 0 add any value? No. So 1/10 and 10/100ths are actually equal decimals. Let's look more. So again, none of these have whole numbers, so I'll look right next door right away. So compare a 5 to an 8. 8 is bigger, which makes 81/100ths larger than 5/10. Then let's compare 0.4. So look right next door. A 4 is larger than a 3. So that makes 41/100ths greater than 39/100ths. Now we're comparing 9/10ths to 9/100ths. Do you see how the 9 is right after the decimal here? Whereas right after the decimal on 9/100ths, we have a 0. 9 dimes versus 9 pennies. 9/10ths is greater. On the next one, we have 48/100ths compared to 6/10ths. Now, right away next door, I see a 4. 6 is bigger. Some of us may get tricked and think, well, this one has more numbers, so isn't it bigger? No, no, no. This one I could put a 0 after, and then it looks like the number 60/100ths, which is bigger and closer to its whole than 48/100ths is. So that 6/10ths is greater. Compare 53/100ths to 4/10ths. So 0.5, we have a 5 right away versus a 4. 5 is bigger. 53/100ths is greater than 4/10ths. Then, they tried to trick us again. See how 0.7, 0.7. Some kids might think just because there's a 0 there that this is bigger, but remember, that is equivalent to 7/10ths. 70/100ths and 7/10ths. That 0 doesn't add any value. It doesn't change anything. So these are equal. All right, I have a few more situations, word problems to show you. The Cruz family is enjoying a 10-day vacation. So far, they have been vacationing for 1 week. What decimal number represents the part of their vacation that is past? And what decimal number represents the part of their vacation that remains? Okay, so they did 1 week out of a 10-day. Well, remember, there are 7 days in 1 week, so that means they have done 7/10ths so far. So in order to show that as a decimal, I'll get my 10 ready, decimal point above the 1, fill in the 7. So they've done 7/10ths so far. And what remains? Well, for 7 to get to 10 days, think what plus 7 equals 10? Well, that x would have to be a 3. So 3/10ths is equal to the decimal, let's get it ready, 0.3. Beautiful. Let's look at the next one. Jeremy spent 3/4 and 1 nickel at the school bookstore. What decimal part of a dollar did he spend? Okay, so 3/4, each quarter is 25 cents. So that's 25 plus 25 is 50. And he did 3/4, so I only have 1, 2. So I need to add a third. So that's 75 cents so far, plus 1 nickel. A nickel is equal to 5 cents. So far he spent 80 cents at the bookstore. So that is 80 out of 100, which remember 80 cents we would represent in hundredths here. So 0.80. So he spent 80 cents. Get my $sign up front. Now, what decimal part of $1 did he not spend? Okay, so let's think for 80 to get to 100, you'd have to take 80 plus what to equal 100? Well, x would have to be 20. 80 plus 20 is equal to 100. So what he didn't spend is 20 hundredths, which is equal to the decimal. Get it ready here, decimal point to 0. Perfect, it lines up. So 20 cents were not spent at the bookstore. On this last slide, I'm going to be doing half of the work, and then your ticket will be to complete the numbers that I do not finish. So in this first section, we're writing the word name of each number. So 0.1. If I use that trick, line the 1 up underneath the decimal point and a 0. Okay, so this is equivalent to 1/10. So I would literally write those words I'm saying when I read that decimal. 1/10. Remember that decimal numbers end in TH and THS. All right, the next one I'll do actually right below it is 0.09. So first I'd write my little trick. Okay, so that's in the hundredths place. And it is 9 hundredths. So to write that, I'd write what I say first, 9, and then hundredths. Beautiful. All right, so I want you to use the trick to solve 32 and 34. Then, on the next section, we're writing the decimal number for each word name. So this one says 14 hundredths. So let's get my 100 ready since we're 100ths. So decimal point, then 14, the number 14. Okay, beautiful. So 0.14 is 14 hundredths. Then I'm going to do this one, 8 tenths. So let's get the tenths ready to show. Using my handy dandy trick, 8 tenths. All right, so 0.8 is equal to 8 tenths. I would like you to solve 36 and 38. Then I'm going to do the top row here, and then you will solve the bottom row. So altogether, you'll have 4 plus 4 problems to do for your ticket today. So comparing 4 tenths to 4 hundredths. Right next door, I have a 4 versus a 0. 4 tenths is greater. Now, comparing 30 hundredths to 3 tenths. Just because there's a 0 there doesn't change anything. These are actually equal. Comparing 7 tenths to 24 hundredths. Well, right next door, I see a 7 versus a 2. Boom, 7's bigger right away. 7 tenths is greater. And the last one I'll do, 1/10 compared to 8 tenths. 1 is very small compared to 8, so 8 tenths is greater. But we would read this as 1/10 is less than 8 tenths. So again, on your ticket today, 4th graders, solve these two from this section, and the last 4.